Okay, good morning to all of you. The last class we have seen capacitance with the conducting slab in between. If you remember, some part we have already completed. And capacitance in air medium is epsilon 0 A by number 1. When we place a conducting slab in between, you remember that I think electric field inside is equal to 0. So over a distance p. The capacitor plates positive and negative. When you place a conducting slab in between. Okay, when you are placing a conducting slab, say A, B, C, D, E, electrons will gather here and positive charge here. Net electric field E equal to naught minus A becomes equal to 0. This is over a distance P. Last class we have seen. So remaining distance E naught outside electric field. This is E naught. Can you remember this point? In air medium, we have seen epsilon 0 A by D. When you keep it, it's a conducting slab, copper slab, aluminum slab is placed in between, and inside the electric field is equal to 0. So what I'm going to say that electric field, net electric field over a distance t, that is equal. So electric field E naught is existing over a distance d minus t only. On the top and bottom portion is only we are having E naught electric field. So now what is the potential difference between the plates of capacitor? Potential difference, new potential difference. New potential difference between the plates of capacitor is electric field into the distance of which it exists. That is E naught into T minus E. So this is a new potential difference. What is the electric field? And over what distance it is existing? D minus T. So in some portion, electric field becomes equal to 0. Put the value E naught here. E naught is equal to sigma by epsilon 0 T minus T, or sigma can be written as Q by epsilon 0 A. Charge upon area. The new potential difference. Completed equation number 2. Or let it like this. Now we want to find out what is the new capacitance of our ring. Therefore, new capacitance is equal to C dash. Charge remains same, no change, but potential difference is reduced. Q upon V dash. So C dash is equal to Q divided by V dash value, Q divided by epsilon A into D minus B. Charge cancel. C dash is equal to epsilon 0 ऊपर जा रहा है and D minus C over A. So this is the new capacitance after introducing a conducting slab between the plates of capacitor. So capacitance in air is epsilon 0 A by D. When there is a conducting slab in between, capacitance is given by C dash equal to epsilon 0 A by D minus D. Look at this equation, one of the numerator same. The denominator d here is denominator is d minus t. So C dash, the denominator d minus t is less. So what is the conclusion? C dash is greater than C. Capacitance increases by introducing a conducting slab in between the plates. So this is another way. So you can even keep a conducting slab in between the plates capacitor, capacitance will increase. Okay, look at the equation number 2. Suppose the entire space is filled with the conducting slab. For example, पूरा copper block भर दिया. What will be the capacitance? The entire space is filled with a conducting slab. So what is the capacitance here? From this equation, D minus P. So when the thickness is equal to D, the spacing between the capacitor. So what is the value of capacitance here? This is very important. Capacitance will be equal to C dash is equal to epsilon 0 A divided by D minus D. So epsilon 0 A by C is infinite. So when the capacitor plates, in between the capacitor plates, if you are filling it with conducting slab, capacitance becomes infinity. Lakshay, can you tell me what is the relative permittivity of a metallic conductor? Anyone? What is epsilon R for metals?
Em upon E naught.
Epsilon R for metals is infinity. Just like epsilon R for water, we say that 81. Or mica sheet 6 to 7 है तो metals के लिए epsilon R is infinity. So when a conducting slab is inserted between the plates, capacitance become what? Infinity. Keep this point because epsilon R for metal is infinity. Very long back this was a question. What is the epsilon R for copper? Copper का epsilon R is infinity. Metal का epsilon R is infinity. So this part is completed. Now, similarly, we want to discuss, that is a very important discussion, capacitance of a parabolic capacitor when a non-polar dielectric slab is kept in between. Okay, exactly same procedure ही करना है. So next point is capacitance of a parabolic capacitor with a NPD. Okay, with the dielectric slab in between. When you say dielectric slab, it is always NPD. So the diagram is exactly same, there is no change. And slight difference is there in the derivation. Exactly other points are same. And the first one, we have capacitance here. Point number one, you take a capacitor here in air medium. Okay, this is the capacitance in air medium, positive plate, plus Q and minus Q. The distance for separation is D, A the area process. And you know the capacitance. Capacitance in air medium is equal to epsilon 0 A by D. There is no change. Okay, capacitance in air medium is equal to epsilon 0 A by D equals number 1. Okay. In this case, electric field is existing E naught that is equal to sigma by epsilon 0 that is existing over the entire distance D by epsilon 0 A is existing over the distance D. The next point number 2, a non-polar dielectric slab is placed. Same diagram I am going to use. Now ABCD is a non-polar dielectric slab. It is placed in between the plates of capacitor and its thickness is P. So you have thickness P dielectric slab which is placed in external electric field, that means between the plates of capacitor. So small t is less than P. So a non-polar dielectric slab is placed. Now NPD is in between the plates. So can you tell me what is the electric field in between that means inside the dielectric slab now? It will not be equal to 0. There is outside electric field, there is a polarized electric field, and they are not equal. Therefore, there will be a net electric field E inside. That is the most important point. So there is a net electric field inside the non-polar dielectric. So net electric field that is E is existing over a distance P. That is the thickness. Dielectric slab के अंदर net electric field है E that is existing over the distance P. बाकी ऊपर नीचे the outside electric field E naught is existing and the E naught is existing over the distance D minus P. So two different fields, two different distances में act हो रहा है. So what is the potential difference between the plates of capacitor now? The new potential difference between the plates of capacitor is calculated by electric field into distance will give the potential. 2 times you are right. First point, electric field into over a distance P. Next one, electric field over a distance E naught. Electric field E naught is existing over distant D minus T. You will get some potential that is to be added with. It now reach the distant potential difference. So you will get the total potential difference between the plates. So convert net electric field. This is reduced electric field in terms of E naught. For that, we use the equation. I think you remember the equation as epsilon R. Epsilon R is defined as E naught by E. So reduce electric field, we can write E naught by epsilon R. So I write here, instead of writing E, this is E naught divided by epsilon R into T plus E naught into D minus. So you can take E naught outside from this. So E dash is equal to E naught. Okay. So when I am taking D minus T, I am writing first T by epsilon zero. What is E naught value? E naught value is already written there on the box. Sigma by epsilon zero Q divided by epsilon zero A. D minus T plus T by epsilon R. This is the new potential difference. New potential difference is this. Because here electric field to electric field, one is E is existing over a distance T. E naught is existing over distance D minus T. These points are very important. A points. So new capacitance. New capacitance is 1 by C dash equal to Q divided by V dash. Charge remains in potential difference will come over here. So V dash का value substitute करो Q divided by Q by epsilon 0 A into D minus T plus T divided by epsilon R. You can see that Q and Q cancel. Epsilon 0 A over going on the top divided by D minus T plus T by epsilon R. This is the most important relation. Okay, very important relation. Epsilon 0 A divided by D minus T plus T by epsilon R. All of you write this final equation. Okay, some value subtracting from D. Okay, so look at the equation number 1 and 2. Some value, you can take minus sign here. So this will be minus T is outside, so it will be minus T. 1 minus T by epsilon, effectively some value subtracting from D. So denominator of second equation is less than that of first equation. So C dash increases. So when you introduce some part of the dielectric in between the plates of capacitor, still capacitance increases. Conclusion from equation 1 and 2, C dash is greater than C, capacitance increases. So if this new capacitance got equation, all of you write 5 times in the copy and you have to tell me, or should tell me, epsilon 0 A, 1 by 1 I'll ask. Those who are present here, I'll ask 1 by 1. Epsilon 0 A divided by D minus T plus P by epsilon R. This is the new capacitance when a dielectric slab of any thickness is inserted between the plates of capacitor. I'll write this 5 times in the copy and learn this equation. What happens? So any thickness dielectric medium you can insert between the plates of capacitor, then the capacitance will increase. Praveen, what is the equation for that? Capacitance is the dielectric slab in between the plates. Yes. Praveen. Anshuman.
So E naught A upon D minus T plus T upon ER, epsilon R.
Okay. So capacitance of parabolic capacitor increases with dielectric slab also. So this is the last topic of this chapter, and I am giving a board question for this. And all of you should go through the NCERT numericals also. One board question. Before that is a note. New capacitance is epsilon 0 A divided by D minus T plus T by epsilon R. Equation for you. Suppose the entire space which you are filling, entire space is filled with epsilon R. The thickness of the dielectric slab is equal to the width of separation. So what will be the capacitance? Can you calculate from here? If naught is equal to D, then the entire space is filled with the dielectrics. So C dash is equal to epsilon 2 A divided by D minus D plus D by epsilon. D cancel, C dash is equal to epsilon 2 A divided by D by epsilon. C dash is equal to epsilon 0 epsilon A by D. Can you remember this equation? When we derived the capacitance for a parallel capacitor amplifier, if there is a medium, you have to multiply. Airman epsilon R is 1 with medium, then epsilon R we multiply. So the equation we learned earlier, and this is the way how we derive it. When the entire space is filled with the dielectric slab, capacitance is increased by epsilon R times. बाकी तो ये calculate करना है कितना times है. For that, I will give an example. It's a good question. Instead of the entire space, a dielectric slab is inserted here where thickness is equal to 3 by 4 D. 3 by 4 portion is reduced of thickness. What will be the new capacitance in terms of the old one? Capacitance of a parallel capacitor in air medium is known as C. How many times the new capacitance will be there? What will be the new capacitance with capacitance of air? Capacitance of parallel capacitor with air as the medium. So all of it calculated by using this equation. Fast and tell me what it means. So here, equation is this. T equal to 3 by 4 D. Also complete and tell me what will be the value. New capacitance 3 by 4 D. So C dash is equal to epsilon 0 A D minus 3 by 4 D plus 3 by 4 D divided by epsilon. So C dash is equal to epsilon 0 A D 1 minus 1 by 4 3 by 4 D by 4 plus 3 by 4 D by epsilon. So common things you can take also. So C dash is equal to epsilon 0 A D by 4 can be taken outside. Equal to 1 plus 3 by epsilon. So C dash is equal to epsilon 0 A by D by 4. Here you can take it as epsilon R plus 3 divided by epsilon R. This 4 is going to the numerator along R. So C dash is equal to epsilon 0 A by D. 4 epsilon R divided by epsilon R plus 3. What is epsilon 0 A by D? That is the capacitance in air medium. So the final point in capacitance is C. Sometimes you get epsilon R as capital K, dielectric constant, that also can be used. So this is equal to C. A divided by A plus. So how many times capacitance will increase? How many times the capacitance will increase in this case? 4K divided by K plus 3 because epsilon R can also be given as K written. So this was a board question. So this is regarding this chapter capacitance. Practice the numericals. Next chapter is chapter current electricity. This chapter current electricity also some of the topics are not there. Current electricity, go to the CBSE website for the deleted topics and where the topics have only qualitative analysis. That means only 4 main topics. Okay. Current electricity, first point is here deals with charges in motion. Charges in motion. So what is the mechanism to make the charge to move? How to make the charges to move or from one point to another point? Which mechanism is required? So a charge can move only under a potential difference. There should be someone to push the charge from one point to another point. So a cell or a battery or a generator produces potential difference in the circuits. Then only the charges will move. Otherwise, the charge will not move. Okay, once the charges are in motion, we see that electric current is produced. So there are many cases where we see the flow of current. For that, different current carriers are there. So what are the current carriers? Current carriers mean they are the charged particles, and under the potential difference, they will flow in a particular direction, then constitute the current. So such kind of charged particles, we call it as what? Current carriers. Example, in the case of metallic conductor, free electrons are current carriers. In semiconductors, electrons and holes are the current carriers. This was a board question. What are the current carriers in semiconductor? Electrons and holes. Metallic conductor में free electrons available, so they are current carriers. Here we are discussing mainly with what? Metallic conductor. Semiconductor chapter will see that. So in metallic conductors, current carriers are the electrons. So when you apply potential difference across that, when battery cell is connected, they push the electron from one point another point, current is produced. That mechanism we are going to discuss. In semiconductors, electrons and holes are the current carriers. Under the potential difference, they flow in a different direction, constitute the current. And liquid electrolyte, you know, copper sulfate solution, when you take, connect the potential difference, then they call Cu2 plus SO4 2 minus. They are positive and negative ions, they flow in opposite direction to constitute current there. So in liquid electrolyte, positive and negative ions are current carriers. So solid, two types we have seen. One is a conductor, semiconductor, then liquid also we have seen. And we take the gaseous state. Usually gases are insulators at ordinary condition. But if you ionize them by passing X-rays or by applying high electric field, the electron can be pulled apart. So in such cases, ionized gas contain electrons and positive ions as current carriers. So under a potential difference, this can flow in different direction, constitute current. So these are the different cases where the current carriers flow in a different direction under the potential difference, constitute electric. So electric current we define as these current carriers flow in a definite direction, constitute electric current, and is measured as the rate of flow of charge. So if a total charge Q is flowing in a time t, electric current I is equal to by t. Or if a small amount of charge Q is flowing for a time t, then I is equal to by t. That is the instantaneous current. The charge is variable, then we write I is equal to dq by dt. The direction of electric current by convention we take opposite to the flow of electrons. Suppose you have a conductor. The copper conductor, we are applying a potential difference across a positive potential, negative potential. So electron will be having negative charge, it experiences force. Where will be direction? So electron experiences force just opposite. The electron will go in this direction. So by convention, the direction of current is opposite to the electron. By convention. So in the circuit, we mark the direction of current from positive terminal to the negative terminal to the entire circuit. So by convention, the direction of current is opposite to flow electron, that is in the flow of positive charges. Of course, we mark arrow mark in the diagram. That doesn't mean that electric current is vector quantity. It is a scalar quantity because it doesn't obey vector addition principle at all. Even if you have some wires and if they are making an angle between them, the total current will be always added as algebraic sum, not by vector sum. Okay, if the two vectors are acting at an angle theta, so you know how to find out the result. Such kind of vector addition is not valid in the case of electric current. Electric current is a scalar quantity. Okay, next is SI unit of electric current is ampere. SI unit. SI unit of electric current is ampere. And one way of defining 1 ampere is this: I is equal to Q by T. If Q equal to 1 coulomb and T equal to 1 second, then I is equal to 1 ampere. So 1 ampere is 1 coulomb upon 1 second. So if 1 coulomb of charge flowing through any cross section of the conductor in 1 second, then the current through that conductor is said to be 1 ampere. But this is not the definition of ampere according to SI system. Because you know the SI system, there are 7 fundamental quantities and 2 supplementary quantities. So under that system, there is particular definition. So that was a 1 mark question in the board examination. Okay. So this is one convenient definition that all of you know. And that 1 ampere, according to 1 ampere definition, 1 ampere question mark by SI system. By SI system, the definition is coming in the 4th chapter. I am giving approximate idea. Suppose you have 2 conductors, straight conductors, if they are carrying 1 ampere current each, separated by distance 1 meter in air, then there will be an attractive force of 2 into 10 to the power minus 7 Newton per meter of their length. Just like you know, plus Q charge and minus Q charge attract, North Pole and South Pole attract something. Similarly, when 2 conductors are there and they are separated by 1 meter apart in air, there will be an attractive force between them. So if 1 ampere current is flowing through both of them, then there is an attractive force 2 into 10 to the power minus 7 Newton per meter of their length. So this is the definition of 1 ampere according to SI system, and this was the question number 1 in the board paper some years back. So you have to define that way. 1 ampere is that much current which when flowing through the 2 straight parallel conductors separated by a distance of 1 meter in air will attract or repel with a force of 2 into 10 to the power minus 7 Newton per meter. They are same direction, attract, they are opposite direction, they will repel. The point you can see recognized in the next chapter. So this is the point. And one more point I want to add. So how many electrons should flow through the wire in 1 second to get 1 ampere of current? This was a part of 2 mark question. One part is this. How many electrons should flow through any cross section in 1 second to get 1 ampere? I is equal to Q by T equals to be used. And this is equal to N divided by T to the value Q is quantized. Okay, charge is quantized, Q equal to NE by T. Yes, 1 ampere. When time is 1 second, you have to find out how many electrons should flow. So from here, I is equal to N by T equation, I is 1, and you have to calculate T times also 1. So N equal to 1 upon T. 1 upon E is 1.60 minus 19. And you know the value, how to calculate this? You value or to by heart this value. 1 upon 1.602. That is 0.65. 10 to the power 19 minus 19 will come to the numerator like this. हमेशा denominator होता है ये value electronic values का reciprocal value आता है. 0.5 electron should flow through any cross section in 1 second to get 1 ampere current. So what are the different types of electric current? So mainly we are discussing with your direct current. Direct current means DC current that we are getting from the cells, batteries, etc. It's a single direction, unidirectional constant current is called DC current. Its value is not changing with time. It's a unidirectional constant current. It's a unidirectional constant current is called DC current, and the frequency of DC current is equal to 0. Okay, and the second type of current is alternating current. Alternating current. What is alternating current? That's the current we are using. Can you tell me what the alternating current stands for? Alternating current means the magnitude of this current continuously changes with time and direction changes periodically. Such kind of current we call it as alternating current. That we are using here, we have separate chapter for that. Alternating current means the value continuously changes with time and direction changes periodically. The frequency of alternating current that we are using in India is 50 Hertz, and variable current magnitude can change. These are the points. So the diagram graph we'll see in the next class. Thank you.